Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching our brand new show In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra, a platform where we break the most complex issues of the world in just 5 simple questions and their 5 simple answers and help you understand how these issues matter to you. The longest ever reign of Queen Elizabeth II, the only monarch most of her subjects have ever known, is over. Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor died at Balmoral Castle, her estate in Scotland. She was 96. So how Queen Elizabeth II did steer the British monarchy into the 21st century? Well, as the 41st monarch since William the Conqueror in 1066, Elizabeth was a symbol of stability as Britain and its 1,000-year-old monarchy sailed through rolling storms of the modern age, including a deadly pandemic. She inherited a sun-never-sets empire, just starting to disintegrate, and then presided over its final collapse into a commonwealth of nations. Queen Elizabeth is the first and only woman in the history of British royal family who has served in the military. During the Second World War, when she was just 18 years old, Queen got into the Women's Auxiliary Territorial Service. In her 70 years as the head of state, she saw an impressive 15 prime ministers, from Second World War statesman Sir Winston Churchill to the current PM Liz Truss. She was the Queen of England and she could travel anywhere in this world without a passport. The reason behind this, that every single passport was issued in the Queen's name. So it did not make any sense if she carried her own. Well, in the United Kingdom, the monarchy is the oldest form of government, with the king or the queen as the head of the state. As the British monarchy is a constitutional monarchy, it means that the monarch reigns but does not rule. Making and passing legislation is done by the elected parliament, and the sovereign head is constitutionally obliged to follow the government's advice. Although the sovereign does not have a political or executive role, as their powers are symbolic and ceremonial, the monarch plays an important part in the life of the nation. The primary functions of the monarch are to appoint the Prime Minister and other ministers of the council after the election mandate, to open new sessions of Parliament, and to give royal assent to bills passed by Parliament, thereby making them laws. So what's ahead for the British monarchy? Upon her death, her eldest son and heir, King Charles III, immediately became king and his wife became Queen Consort Camilla. The UK's new king will travel without a passport and drive without a license, own all the mute swans in England, and may continue a tradition of celebrating his birthday twice a year. He vows to serve with loyalty, respect and love in the first address as monarch. Charles has become head of the Commonwealth, an association of 56 independent countries and 2.4 billion people. So what is the Commonwealth? Well, the Commonwealth is a voluntary association of countries around the world that were once part of the British Empire. The goal of the association is to support member governments and partner with the broader Commonwealth family to improve the well-being of all Commonwealth citizens and to advance their shared interests globally. And what does Queen Elizabeth II's death mean for the Commonwealth? Well, at the time of her death, the Queen was still head of state in 15 countries in the Commonwealth, including the United Kingdom. The other countries include Australia, Canada, New Zealand, Antigua, the Bahamas, Belize, Grenada, Jamaica, Papua New Guinea, St. Lucia, Solomon Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and Grenadines. Australia has had several debates on the matter and last held a referendum to weigh becoming a republic in 1999. Barbados replaced the Queen as ruler last November. Prior to that, Mauritius became a republic in 1992 after Fiji made the move in 1987. But in the wake of the beloved monarch's death, questions are mounting as to which of those countries will decide to cut ties entirely and forge ahead as their own republics. How many more of these nations, in the absence of the personal affection and admiration of Elizabeth II, will now choose to separate from the crown and become republics? We'll see how the future of the British monarchy shapes up. Well, that's all I could pack for you in this edition. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.